लोग जो कहानियां लिखते हैं, प्लेज लिखते हैं, इन द मास्टर क्लासेस वी टेल ऑल द यंग राइटर्स कि आप जो मर्जी लिख लीजिए, यू आर ओनली थिंकिंग, यू आर राइटिंग ओरिजिनल कंटेंट, बट कुछ वैसा उससे मिलता जुलता वैसा किरदार, वैसा चरित्र रामायण महाभारत में कहीं ना कहीं पहले लिख दिया गया है, बिकॉज दे आर ग्रेट लिटरेचर्स. द ओनली थिंग वी हैव टू डू दैट द मोमेंट वी रिमूव दैट रिलीजियस लेंस, उसको हम धर्म की निगाह से देखना जब बंद कर देते हैं, then these literature start talking to us in terms of lot of lessons on personal management, professional management, team management, business management. Or today we're going to talk about these lessons only. I have broken them down for you in few important topics, and I'll take them one by one. The first important thing that we must understand and learn as a man, as a student of management, which you all are probably, is that there are few direct lessons on management which are found in these texts. Direct as in you can pick up them today and start reading, and they will start unfolding themselves for you in terms of business management, though they may be in terms of management of a country, management of a rajya, management of a prashasan, but those ideas are totally applicable in your life as well. और वो हमें कहाँ मिलते हैं? वो हमको मिलते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल in Ramayana we find that in Aranyakand where Ram has gone for Vanvas. When Bharat comes to know that my big brother has been sent to Vanvas, he rushes to the forest with all his mothers, with all his brothers, wives and the army to take Ram back to Ayodhya. Ram tells Bharat, मैं वापस नहीं आऊंगा बिकॉज मैंने वचन दिया है, मैंने प्रण लिया है, तुम वापस जाओ, अयोध्या के राज्य को संभालो. देन भरत सेज, बड़े भाई मुझे राज्य चलाना नहीं आता है, मुझको मैनेजमेंट नहीं आती है, मैं आपके पास मैनेजमेंट सीखने आया हूं. लाइक आप लोग बिमटेक के पास मैनेजमेंट सीखने आए हैं, उसी प्रकार भरत ने राम से बोला, मुझे सिखाइए हाउ टू मैनेज पीपल, हाउ टू मैनेज अ कंट्री, हाउ टू मैनेज अ नेशन, हाउ टू मैनेज इट्स फाइनेंसेस. तब राम ने अरण्यकांड में भरत को कुछ बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट लेसन्स ऑन मैनेजमेंट दिए, जो आप सबको जरूर पढ़ने चाहिए. ओरिजिनल टेक्स्ट संस्कृत में है, उसका इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेशन लीजिए, हिंदी लीजिए, बट जरूर पढ़िए एज अ स्टूडेंट ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. सिमिलर लेसन्स राम गेव टू विभीषण when he handed over Lanka to him. Similar lessons Ram gave to Sugriv when he handed over Kishkindha to him. Even in Mahabharata, you see the 12th book of Mahabharata, जिसका नाम है शांति पर्व. After the war is over, Yudhishthir goes to Pitama Bhishma, who's lying half dead on a bed of arrows. Yudhishthir asks, though I am called Dharmaraj, but still I am naive when it comes to ruling a kingdom, running a kingdom. You give me some important. Yes, Gaurangi ji, you're right. All of you जो अपना वीडियो ऑन कर सकते हैं, please do that so that I can see your beautiful faces and I can get to know कि आप तक मेरी बातें पहुंच रही हैं, और आप thumbs up वगैरह करके मुझे बता सकते हैं. Then it feels more like a class. Otherwise, it looks like just a lecture talking to a screen. So moving forward, Pitama Bhishma also gave some really interesting lessons on management to Yudhishthir. Those lessons you should also learn. And the biggest management motivation lesson, the first motivational book ever written, the first motivational lecture ever given to somebody, as we all know, is Bhagavad Gita. The best book on management ever written, the best motivational lecture ever given to somebody by somebody. You all must read that. It has some fantastic lessons on personal and professional management. And then, of course, we have the great strategists which the world salutes, that is Chanakya, who wrote Kautilya Arthashastra and Chanakya Niti for all of us. So these are some direct lessons which we can start reading from today itself. You don't have to interpret them. But what interests me most is reading the stories of Ramayana and Mahabharata and then interpreting them in terms of management and leadership challenges and bringing out those lessons, bringing out those interpretations from those stories. So stories are the same. I am not here to tell you some new story. Stories are the same. Stories have always remained the same. How do we interpret them? How do we make them applicable in our lives? That is most important, and that is what I have done today. I'm going to tell you some stories from Ramayana Mahabharata and my analysis of those stories, and I hope that it reaches out to you. Now, first important thing which draws my attention always when I look at Ramayana and Mahabharata as comparative texts. One thing which always draws my attention is that Ram and Krishna, they both were incarnations of Vishnu. They both had descended on earth with one similar subject, similar topic, similar objective, that was establishment of dharma in the land of adharma. But there was a marked difference between their leadership styles. Ram had a totally different leadership style as compared to Krishna. And that gives us a very important lesson in terms of various leadership styles and which to apply in which situation. When to apply which of the two. What is the difference? I put it for you in 4 lines in Hindi, which the goal goes like this. जब सेना उत्साहित तो हो पर अनुभव में हो अधिक नहीं, जब सेना उत्साहित तो हो पर अनुभव में हो अधिक नहीं, तब राम बनो और सबसे आगे रहकर तुम नेतृत्व करो. That means when you have a team which is very excited, full of energy, but they are not very experienced. Ram had a great Sena, Vanar Sena, full of monkeys, bears, lot of birds, lot of Naga sadhus were with him, supporting him. But they were very excited. They were willing to die for Ram, but they did not have the experience of fighting a Parakrami king like Ravan. Therefore I said, जब सेना उत्साहित तो हो पर अनुभव में हो अधिक नहीं, तब राम बनो और सबसे आगे रहकर तुम नेतृत्व करो. पर जब दल में हो प्रचुर अनुभव और कौशल की भी कमी नहीं, तब सारथी बनकर, कृष्ण की भांति सारथी बनकर मार्ग दिखाओ, दल को आगे बढ़ने दो. When you have a team of experienced people, then you don't have to become like Ram. Ram had to lead from the front because he had a very excited team, but an inexperienced team. In that case, you have to lead from the front. You have to lead like Ram. But if you have an experienced team like the one Krishna had in Mahabharata, now Krishna won't go to Arjun and tell him how to shoot an arrow. Krishna won't, pinpoint every time कि अर्जुन तुम्हारा बाण निशाने पे नहीं लगा, तुम ऐसा करो वैसा करो. Arjun would have said, गुरुदेव आप मुझे क्षमा करें, या तो आप मुझे काम कर रहे थे या आप खुद कर लिए. Because Arjun was an expert in archery. Yudhishthir was a master in spearcraft. Bhim was a master in the war of mace. They were all experts of their department. In that case, if you try to lead like Ram, always standing in the front, telling them every single thing, this how to do, when to do, where to do, then the team will not give you good results. Because this is a situation which demands you to act like Krishna, but you are acting like Ram. When we go to consult CEOs and give them CEO training, and we ask them, what is the problem you're facing? Then they tell us that, sir, we have hired a team of expert people. We have VP sales, VP marketing, VP procurement, VP HR, VP admin. Still, I'm not getting desired results. Then our first observation is, when you have hired experts for every department, then why do you yourself come at 10 a.m. in the morning? Keep calling them every hour. क्या किया, कितना धंधा किया, कितना सेल किया, कितना लीड जनरेट हुआ. हर शाम को 6 बजे मीटिंग करते हैं बिठा के बोर्ड रूम में. We become obsessed with meetings. That means we are trying to become Ram in a situation where we have to become Krishna. We have to let them do their work. We have to give them that freedom. We have to set periodic targets and come at the time of that analysis only, periodically. But when you are doing a startup, which I'm sure most of you would want to do when you graduate from an institution like BIMTech, you might have a team. You might have a team of your friends only. 4 or 5 of you, or probably 2 of you, might get together. Let's do a startup. All very excited, but inexperienced. Because it's a new thing which you are doing. In that case, you have to become Ram. There you cannot take the back seat. And कि चलो करके आओ, मुझे बताना क्या करके आए हो. No, we don't know what to do, how to do. You tell us. That's where you have to lead from the front. And there is no thumb rule to it. Probably in one department you have to become Ram. For next department you have to become Krishna. Probably today you have to become Ram. Tomorrow you have to become Krishna. Probably back home you have to become Ram. And in your professional life you have to become Krishna. It is a decision you have to take on day-to-day basis, on case-to-case basis, situation-to-situation basis. And analyzing the whole situation, then you have to move forward. I hope this first lesson of different leadership style is clear to all of you. If it is, then you can let me know in the chat box just by typing Y for yes and for no and whatever words you want to type. You can let me know in the chat box if it is going down well with you. Moving forward, another important observation about Ram and Krishna, and what do we learn from that observation? Now, as I told you that Ram and Krishna, they were both incarnations of Vishnu. They both थैंक यू मेरे पास संकेत जी का मैसेज आया, संकेत पमार जी, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर रिस्पॉन्स. This lets me know that you're listening, otherwise लगता है कि सब लोग सो गए हैं. So just keep typing something on the chat box so that I know कि हाँ आप लोग जो बैठे हैं जिनके नाम मुझे दिख रहे हैं, they are listening. Thank you Anika Agrawal ji, thank you Manoj Pandey ji. Sir, in corporate life we need to go from Ram to Krishna avatar. Yes Manoj ji, it's an interesting observation, but even in corporate life, Pandey ji, you have to analyze, as I told you, that probably in one department you have to become Krishna, in another you have to become Ram. Probably you have a unit running in some part of the country very well, and you decide to expand the business. You decide to set up one more unit. That's where you have to take up the shoes of Ram once again. So this switch from Ram to Krishna goes on everywhere. It has to happen always. So it's a decision that you have to take. Thank you, Sridhar Shivaramji. Thank you. Moving forward, so when I compare Ram and Krishna, this thing always bothers me, that when they both are avatar of Vishnu, that means same holding company, they came on earth for the same objective, that means same goal, same target, then how can they both be so different? They were so different that everything Ram stood for, Krishna defied that. Ram said, Ek Shabd, Ek Baan, Ek Nari. That means I am a one woman man. And Krishna had how many wives? 16,108 wives. 8 of them were main wives, principal wives. So Ram had 1 wife, Krishna had 8 main wives, principal wives, and 16,100 political or social wives. Similarly, Ram fought a whole war against abduction of a woman. When Ravan abducted his wife, he fought a whole war against Ravan. But Krishna abducted women personally as well, and he made sure that Arjun also abducts his own sister. कृष्णा ने खुद भी अपहरण किया अपनी बीवी रुक्मिणी का, और अपनी बहन सुभद्रा का अपहरण करवाया अर्जुन के हाथों. एवरीथिंग. राम सेड, एक बाण, युद्ध में जाओ तो कभी पीठ मत दिखाओ, शत्रु पर विजय पाकर आओ. और जरासंध के युद्ध में 17 बार कृष्ण की हार हुई. 17 बार कृष्ण जरासंध से हारे, और आखिरी में उनको युद्ध छोड़ के भागना पड़ा, जिसके लिए उनको रणछोड़ का नाम भी कहा जाता है. गुजरात में उनको रणछोड़ कहा जाता है. क्यों इतना अंतर? क्यों? क्या मैसेज है विष्णु जो हमको देना चाह रहे हैं विद 2 टोटली डिफरेंट नैरेटिव्स ऑफ राम एंड कृष्ण? अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट मैसेज जो आज के टाइम में बहुत जरूरी है, द मैसेज ऑफ अडेप्टेबिलिटी. विद चेंजिंग टाइम यू हैव टू अडेप्ट. राम एंड कृष्ण came in 2 totally different dharmic ecosystems. In Ram's time, good and bad were very clear. This is dharma, this is adharma. In the times of Mahabharata, the definitions of dharma and adharma were so hazy. It was so difficult to tell adharma from dharma. Therefore, Krishna had to behave as per the requirements of that situation of those times. So believe me, if that Kalki avatar ever happens, he won't be coming riding on a blue horse, having a bow and arrow in his hand. You would probably put him in some drama company or send him to some film shoot. Go there. He will be coming like us. Probably he will set up dharma by fighting courts in Supreme Court. He will set up dharma probably by fighting elections. Probably he'll have to become a global leader, because it is always their job to inspire us that I am one of you only. I am one like you only. If I can do, you can also do. So if we apply this thing in our professional life, one, always be adaptive of the ecosystem, and what better times than this. So Gaurangi ji, a year back, nobody ever imagined that everything will happen online. BIMTech never thought of doing an online festival, did you? You never thought of that. And the greatest of the CEOs, CMOs, CFOs were shouting, go digital, save energy, save time. बट किसी ने नहीं बात मानी. तो जो काम बड़े बड़े सीएमओस नहीं कर पाए, वो काम एक छोटे से वायरस ने कर दिया. एंड हाउ ब्यूटीफुली द वर्ल्ड अडेप्टेड टू इट. because virus did not give us a time of even 2 days. Even the training of this online thing was given online only. Virus did give us even 2 days to prepare ourselves. But like BIMTech has curated such a beautiful festival online, all of us have adapted. This is what we learn from Raman Krishna. Adapt to the situation. Adapt to the situation. Do not allow situation to turn your personality as per the negative requirements. Change your personality as per the positivity of the situation. Find some positivity in everything and then adapt. So this was the second lesson, adaptability. I hope this is all going down very well with you. If that is happening, you can let me know. Now, another very important thing that I have brought for you is when we talk about leadership and we talk about management, a term comes very frequently. This is which is called empowerment. A leader has to be an empowering leader, but our definitions of empowering leaders are a bit jittery here. Empowerment does not mean how powerful your personality is. Empowerment does not mean that you have a great aura around you. Empowerment does not mean that the moment you enter the room, everybody shuts up. Empower means when you enter the room, everybody feels so comfortable with you that they start talking. How do we justify killing of Bali by Lord Ram? पांडे जी तो एकदम जंप कर गए, कहा कि बट पांडे जी आई एम कमिंग टू दैट एंड इट इज सच अ ब्यूटीफुल coincidence that I am coming to that story only, and I will answer this question of yours that how do we justify. So Pandey ji, these are two blots on Ram's personality which have been there for past many thousands years, that why did he kill Bali hiding behind a tree and why did he leave Sita. So I'll try to answer the first one at least today. So when I talk about empowerment, I do not mean by a leader when he enters the room, everybody shuts up. Everybody stands and salutes him. Our leader has come. No. When he enters the room, everybody should feel empowered themselves. In his company, they feel so empowered that they come up with their problems, they come up with their issues. A lot of people tell us, गौरांगी जी, कि सर हमने ऐसे ऐसे लीडर रखे हुए हैं, उनके सामने कोई मुंह नहीं खोल सकता, वो जब बोलते हैं सब चुप हो जाते हैं. हम बोलते हैं सर उन लीडर्स को सबसे पहले निकाल के बाहर कीजिए. This country does not need leaders like this. This company needs leaders who are more accommodative, who are more empowering. You become empowered by empowering others, not become power hungry by sucking in their powers. Do not become Bali. Now, how do we empower others? How do we make friends? We make friends. Somebody who talks what I want to listen, he is my friend. If he's saying what I like to listen to, then he's my friend. We don't like people who say otherwise, who criticize us. But I always believe, जीवन में अगर आपको तरक्की करनी है, हमेशा अपने आलोचकों के बीच रहिए, प्रशंसकों के बीच मत रहिए. Stay among your critics, not among your fans, not among your appreciators. So how did Ram exhibit the qualities of an empowering leader? It brings us to the story of Bali and Sugriv only. When Ram and Sugriv became friends, and Chanakya had already said that no friendship is without any selfish reason. Every friendship has some sort of selfish reason. Now, when Ram and Sugriv became friends, they both promised each other something. Ram promised that I will claim Kishkinda for you. I will bring back Kishkinda and your wife Ruma back to you. You do one thing. You go and challenge Bali in a battle, in a personal battle, and I will make sure that you don't die. I will be there. I'll make sure you don't die. Sugriv was very happy that such a fierce warrior, the greatest of all times, is promising me that he won't let me die. I should go and challenge Bali. Sugriv went to Kishkinda. He challenged Bali. Bali came out fuming and he started thrashing Sugriv black and blue. Sugriv didn't know what to do. Bali ने उसको बहुत मारा, बहुत पिटाई करी उसकी. And the whole day he kept thrashing Sugriv. And when Ram didn't come for his rescue, Sugriv ran away from the battle. Ran away, went back to his caves, and वो मुंह फुलाकर बैठ गए Sugriv. He won't talk to anybody. He won't talk to Ram. He won't talk to Lakshman. He won't talk to Hanuman. And they kept asking, हुआ क्या? हनुमान ने बोला, अरे प्रभु राम से बात तो करो. Sugriv said, he is not my friend. He only says he is my friend, but he is not my friend. Why do you say so? He said, I won't let you die, but he didn't come to my rescue. Then Ram gave the very important answer of empowering. He said that I am here to empower you. I'm not here to force my empowerment on you. By that I mean, I only promise that I will not let you kill. I didn't say that don't fight only. You have to do your karma. You have to fight him with all your strength. You have to pose the greatest challenge to him. I will not let you die, that is for sure. But I won't let you become a friend who is a parasite riding on my back. कि जब भी राम आएगा मुझे कुछ करने राम बचा लेगा. No. अपने फ्रेंड के चैलेंज को अपने ऊपर मत लीजिए. दैट इज नॉट गुड फ्रेंडशिप. Good friendship is let him face the challenge and get his back. I've got your back. Move forward. Same with your team. Ram told him, जैसे पृष्ठ भाग्य के सबको स्वयं ही पढ़ने पड़ते हैं, वैसे सबको अपने अपने युद्ध स्वयं ही लड़ने पड़ते हैं. अपने अपने युद्ध सभी को स्वयं ही लड़ने पड़ते हैं. So Ram said, same with your team. If you want to become an empowering leader, put your team in challenges. Do not overprotect them. Let them face the challenges, because challenges will make them great leaders. Challenges will make them great performers. Truly empower them. Do not suck in their powers. Do not become power hungry. And the last message I have for you in this masterclass, before we open the house for the questions, one very important lesson we have to understand is, if you have a team working under you or working for you, number one, you have to inculcate in them the feeling that they are not working for you, they are not working for the company, they are working for themselves. That means the alignment of the company's goal, group's goal, institution goals have to be in sync with the personal goals and personal aspirations of the team members. This was the striking difference between the army of Kauravas and the army of Pandavas. Every single warrior in the Kaurava army was fighting for Duryodhan, their king. And it is a good situation to be in. Great, we have somebody like Duryodhan and we are fighting for him. But it was not the case with Pandavas. Every single warrior in the Pandava team, Pandava army was fighting his own battle. He was not fighting for Arjun. He was not fighting for Yudhishthir. They were fighting for themselves. They are fighting their own battles. They all had a personal reason to fight this battle. They all had a personal reason to win this battle. So therefore, you have to make a team which knows that this is my company. This is my team. This is my objective. I am doing it for myself, and that happens only when company's goals, company's objectives align with the objectives and aspirations of the team. That is most important. Now, how does that happen? That happens by actually appreciating the efforts of your team, probably not in the wholesome manner, not in the absolute manner, probably in the subjective manner, more relative manner. You cannot judge the ability of you cannot judge the qualities of a fish by its ability to climb a tree. A fish won't climb a tree, and a monkey will only climb the tree. So if you have a monkey and a fish in your team, you know that it's a monkey and that's a fish. Fish will swim, monkey will climb the tree. You have to know that relativity. एक डंडे से आप सबको नहीं हार सकते हैं, and इसका भी हमको बहुत अच्छी कहानी मिलती है रामायण में. My last story, and then we open the house for the question. What happened when Ram Setu was being built to transport the army from land here to the land there, from Rameshwaram to Lanka? Ram Setu was being built, and all the big monkeys, they were doing their effort. Hanuman would pick up a boulder, a stone of 1000 kg and throw that in the sea. It would float. Angad would pick up a boulder of 500 kg, it would throw in the sea and it would float. Nal Neel will pick up a boulder of 250 kg and it will also float. But what happens? There was a squirrel. There was a small gilhari. It was picking small pebbles of 50 gram. 50 ग्राम का कंकड़ उठा के फेंक रही थी. All the monkeys started laughing. कि what are you doing? We are planning to build a Ram Setu here, a big bridge, and तू कंकड़ लेके आ रही है. Please move away. हमारे पैर के नीचे आ जाओगी, चोट लग जाएगी. The squirrel, which was also a part of Ram's team, got sad. It went and sat beside Ram. Ram asked what happened. She told him what happened. Then Ram called everybody. A big meeting was called up. All of you back to the boardroom. They all came. Hanuman, Angad, Nal, Neel, Gavaksh, they all came. Ram explained them one thing, that Hanuman, you have a capacity of picking up and throwing 1000 kg boulders, and you are doing that. You are giving me your 100%. I'm really impressed with you. Angad, you have a capacity of 500 kg. You are doing that, giving me 100%. I'm really happy with you. Nalanil, you have a capacity of picking up 250 kg, and you're doing that. You're giving me 100%. I'm very happy with you. But look at this squirrel. It is so small that it can pick up and throw only a pebble of probably 25 kgs, 25 grams maximum, and it is throwing a pebble of 50 gram. That means it is giving me 200% of its capacity. Now I cannot not respect her efforts. You may be throwing 1000 kg, but it is still your 100% only. And she is throwing 50 gram, which is 200% of her capacity. As a leader, you have to have an eye for everybody, a personal eye for everybody. You cannot always analyze and measure their efforts in these absolute terms. You have to have that eye for subjectivity, eye for relativity. And he also told Hanuman that once your bridge will be built, all those small holes will be left open. They will be filled only by these conquers brought in by this small squirrel. इसके काम की भी वैल्यू है, तो आपको अपनी टीम में हर मेंबर के काम की, हर कंट्रीब्यूशन की वैल्यू करनी है. Otherwise, some of your team members will be left behind, and then they will not give you 100%. Therefore, I was very impressed and surprised to see when in the times of COVID, people were contributing in PM Care Fund. PM called a woman who contributed 600 rupees. And there were people who were contributing 10 crore, 1 crore, 50 lakh, 2 crores. And a PM is calling personally only a woman who contributed 600 rupees. Why so? Because her monthly pension was only 500 rupees. She had contributed more than her monthly pension. Which industrialist, which corporate giant contributed 1 month of their revenue to PM Care Fund? None of them. It was only few percentages of their monthly revenue, but she gave all she had. Therefore, you have to analyze the effort of your team members in relative terms, in subjective terms, but not in absolute terms. So similarly, I would want to conclude by saying that there are many thousands of such corporate lessons, management lessons, leadership lessons in our scriptures, in our stories, which must be read, which must be interpreted in this with this lens, removing the religious lens, because Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Shiv Puran, Bhagavad Puran, they are actually texts which are not supposed to be wrapped in a red velvety cloth and placed on a high pedestal in your temple and रोज सुबह नमस्ते कर रहे हैं. गीता नमस्ते करने की चीज नहीं है. गीता चीज है उसको पढ़ने की और उसको रोज अपने जीवन में साधने की. इस लाइक गांधी जी बोल के गए कि भ्रष्टाचार मत कीजिए, और हमने गांधी जी का फोटो लगा दिया दीवार पे और फोटो लगा दिया उनका नोट पर, और उसी नोट को ले दे के भ्रष्टाचार करते हैं. गांधी जी ने मना किया भ्रष्टाचार मत करो, और हम गांधी जी ले दे के भ्रष्टाचार कर रहे हैं. इट्स लाइक गीता इज नेवर सेड कि मेरी पूजा करो. गीता सेज मुझे पढ़ो, महाभारत सेज मुझे पढ़ो. तो आई अर्ज यू ऑल, प्लीज रीड दीज स्टोरीज, interpret them. If you're not able to interpret them yourselves, they have been interpreted by very wise scholars, saints, rishis, and I also urge BIMTech, Saloni ma'am, to keep holding more such sessions, because these sessions are very important. These stories are our own. We come from a land of stories, and these are our own stories which have always been shown to us, told to us with a religious lens, which is also okay. But more important thing is, tell these stories to your future generation with the perspective of letting them know more important management lessons so that they can apply these lessons in their lives. So we have to wind up this session by 2:15 to 20. So in the last 5-7 minutes, I open the house to questions. If any of you have any question, you can probably raise your hand. Gaurangi will unmute you, or you can type your questions in the chat box. I will try to answer the questions with best of my abilities. Thank you so much, Gaurangi ji. Once again, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So you can unmute yourself and ask questions.
जी, whosoever has a question, one by one you can ask me questions. अच्छा मनोज जी,
पहला क्वेश्चन मैं ही पूछ लेता हूँ.
आपका क्वेश्चन तो रह भी गया कि बाली को how do we justify that? So Manoj ji, very quickly I'll answer that question. वाल्मीकि की रामायण में लिखा हुआ है ये बात, that why did Ram kill him hiding behind a tree? वाली ने पूछा, तुम इतने बड़े युग पुरुष हो, तुमने ऐसा कुकर्म क्यों किया? तब राम ने समझाया, it is not a कुकर्म, I am a क्षत्रिय who is right now under the command of my brother भरत, जो कि इस सकल चराचर के स्वामी है, और क्षत्रिय की जिम्मेदारी होती है जहां पर भी आताताई हो उनका नाश करना। तुम्हारा मुझसे कोई पर्सनल बैर नहीं है। इसको मनोज जी ऐसे समझिए कि हमको पता चला कि एक बिल्डिंग में एक टेररिस्ट छुपा हुआ है, हमने मिलिट्री को भेजा, जाओ उसको मार के आओ। दैट मिलिट्री पर्सन विल नॉट challenge him for a duet, come and fight me one on one. His job is to eliminate that terrorist. So Ram was eliminating him as a kshatriya, which was his duty. So policemen, they don't go and challenge robbers and thieves, आओ मुझसे लड़ो। They just go and they somehow have to eliminate them. And Ram eliminated Vali. He didn't have a personal battle against Vali. ये राम ने खुद बात की वाल्मीकि रामायण ने। इसके अलावा और सवाल है, बताइए मनोज जी।
ये राम और मतलब महाभारत और रामायण के अलावे भी और कहाँ से आपको इस तरह का मोटिवेशन मिलता है फ्रॉम मैनेजमेंट लेसन? ये दो तो एपिक हैं ही
सर, मैं आपको बता देता हूं, एज आई टोल्ड यू, भागवत गीता,
हम लोग पंचतंत्र सुनते थे कि मोरल वैल्यूज के लिए पंचतंत्र की कहानियां बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट थी।
मोरल वैल्यू के लिए है पंचतंत्र। सर, चाणक्य इज वन ग्रेट लिटरेचर जो पढ़ना चाहिए, कौटिल्य अर्थशास्त्र, चाणक्य नीति। शिव पुराण में सर इतने सारे मैनेजमेंट लेसन हैं। इनफैक्ट शिव की जो होल इमेज है, अगर आप मुझे शिव की एक तस्वीर दें, उस तस्वीर का एक एक एस्पेक्ट जो है, वो चंद्रमा, वो गंगा, वो रुद्राक्ष, वो थर्ड आई, वो राग की 3 रेखाएं, हर एक के पीछे पर्सनल मैनेजमेंट का और प्रोफेशनल मैनेजमेंट का इतना बड़ा लेसन है। आज समय की कमी है, कभी समय मिलेगा तो आई विल इंटरप्रेट होल शिवा फॉर यू, एंड शिवा इज अ वॉकिंग मैनेजमेंट लेसन। सेम इज भागवत पुराण, श्रीमद भागवत पुराण, 10 अवतार्स ऑफ विष्णु। आई थिंक लास्ट टाइम आई टोल्ड इन योर सेशन ओनली मनोज जी कि विष्णु के 10 अवतार आर गोइंग टोटली इन सिंक विद डार्विन थ्योरी ऑफ इवोल्यूशन। आप देखिए, डार्विन ने बोला सबसे पहले लाइफ कहां पर आई? पानी में आई। और अब विष्णु का फर्स्ट अवतार इज मत्स्य अवतार, मछली अवतार। देन डार्विन सेड ऐसे जीव आए जो पानी और धरती दोनों पर चलते थे। देन वी हैव कुर्म अवतार, कछुआ अवतार। देन डार्विन सेड देन लाइफ स्टार्टेड वॉकिंग ऑन 4 legs। देन वी हैव वराह अवतार, सुअर जिसने हिरण्यकशिपु को मारा। एंड द नेक्स्ट अवतार विच इज द मिसिंग लिंक इन डार्विन थ्योरी, जो डार्विन नहीं सॉल्व कर पाया, कि एनिमल से एकदम ह्यूमन कैसे बन गए, बीच में क्या आया? बीच में नर्सिंग आया, हाफ एनिमल हाफ ह्यूमन, जो डार्विन को नहीं मिला, विष्णु के अवतार की थ्योरी में है। देन वी हैड वामन अवतार, ह्यूमन बट नॉट फुल्ली ग्रोन अप, छोटे अवतार 2-2.5 फीट के। देन केम द ट्राइबल पीपल, आदिवासी लोग, जो कि परशुराम, एनिमल का खाल पहना, कुल्हाड़ी लेकर घूमते हैं, हमेशा गुस्से में रहते हैं, मोर ऑफ अ ट्राइबल काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग। देन केम राम, 14 कला संपूर्ण। देन कृष्ण, संपूर्ण अवतार, 16 कला संपूर्ण। तो विष्णु पुराण के लेसन में इतनी सारी साइंटिफिक लेसन है, मैनेजमेंट लेसन है, उनको वैसे कभी पढ़ा नहीं गया सर। एंड आई एम ऑन अ मिशन कि इनको पढ़े और आप जैसे गुणी लोगों की संगत में बैठ के उनको अपनी नेक्स्ट जनरेशन तक पास ऑन किया जाए।
थैंक यू, सो नाइस यू सर, बहुत मजा आता है आपको सुनने में।
थैंक यू जी, थैंक यू मनोज जी, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू जी।
Young students, please go ahead with your questions.
Yeah, any question?
Thank you, Manoj sir. And any other questions?
जी प्लीज खुल के आप अपने क्वेश्चन पूछिए। संकेत जी कह रहे हैं, सर लव्ड योर वे ऑफ कनेक्टिंग रामायण महाभारत विद टुडेज मैनेजमेंट। थैंक यू संकेत जी, दैट वाज जस्ट अ ट्रेलर। आई अर्ज यू टू रीड मोर अबाउट रामायण महाभारत एंड यू विल फाइंड थाउजेंड्स ऑफ लेसन्स। भावनी जी बोल रहे हैं जी।
सर मैनेजमेंट में कभी कभी धर्म संकट जैसी चीजें भी आ जाती हैं, जहाँ पे आपको मालूम होते हुए भी कभी कभी चुप रहना पड़ता है, पीछे हटना पड़ता है। तो उन धर्म संकटों वाली चीजों को कैसे हैंडल करें, ये एक बहुत बड़ा इश्यू हो जाता है।
कौन सा आप पूछने पर नाम बताएंगे एक बार सर?
तो मेरा नाम वासु गुप्ता है।
वासु जी, वासु जी, ये जो आप जो बता रहे हैं, ये लड़ाई है धर्म और स्वधर्म की। व्हाट इज ओवरऑल धर्म, व्हाट इज द कॉर्पोरेट विजन, व्हाट इज द कॉर्पोरेट गोल, एंड व्हाट इज स्वधर्म, व्हाट इज माई पर्सनल धर्म। व्हाट आप, सो इसको मैं हमेशा समझाता हूं इस तरह से, धर्म वॉज दैट को जो हस्तिनापुर है, जो कुरु वंश है, उसको आगे बढ़ाना चाहिए, और जो मोस्ट एबल किंग होगा उसको राजगद्दी पर बैठना चाहिए। स्वधर्म वाज, मैं देवव्रत हूं, मेरे पिता को एक स्त्री से मोहब्बत हो गई है और मुझे अपने पुत्र धर्म का पालन करते हुए अपने पिता को ये वचन या उसके पिता को वचन देना चाहिए कि मैं शादी नहीं करूंगा। धर्म मानना चाहिए था, स्वधर्म मान लिया। हम स्वधर्म को ऊपर रख देते हैं धर्म से, और कई बार वासु जी स्वधर्म को कंफ्यूज करते हैं स्वार्थ से। स्वार्थ इज नॉट स्वधर्म, स्वार्थ को तो बाहर ही कर दीजिए। फिर देखिए धर्म क्या है और स्वधर्म क्या है। कई बार धर्म जीतता है, कई बार स्वधर्म जीतता है, ये बैटल हमेशा चलेगी। बट हमेशा इसका फैसला अपने ऊपर मत लीजिए। मेरे सेक्शन से ओवरऑल समाज को, चराचर को, मेरे परिवार को, मेरे पड़ोस को क्या फायदा नुकसान होगा, उसमें अगर आप डिसाइड करेंगे तो कभी इसका कंफ्यूजन नहीं होगा। बट नेवर कंफ्यूज स्वधर्म विद स्वार्थ। स्वार्थ इज रॉन्ग इन एनी केस। डॉक्टर साहब भी आ गए हैं। सर नमस्कार। नमस्कार सर, सो गुड टू सी यू।
नमस्ते नमस्ते, थैंक यू अतुल जी।
अरे सर, ऑलवेज देयर। थैंक यू सो मच सर फॉर हैविंग मी ओवर।
कैरी ऑन।
थैंक यू जी, थैंक यू जी। और कोई प्रश्न हो प्लीज पूछिए। एक और प्रश्न हम ले लेते हैं, देन वी विल शिफ्ट टू द पैनल डिस्कशन। एनी क्वेश्चन, एनी स्टूडेंट दैट इज, अगर आपको लग भी रहा हो कि ये क्वेश्चन अजीब सा है, पूछ लीजिए। क्या पता उस अजीब क्वेश्चन में ही गीता का सार खुल जाए। अर्जुन ने सवाल पूछा तो गीता कही गई ना, तो सवाल पूछ डालिए। पार्थ जी कह रहे हैं ग्रेट मास्टर क्लास, थैंक यू सो मच पार्थ जी। भावनी जी, इट्स अ ग्रेट मास्टर क्लास, थैंक यू जी, थैंक यू सो मच, थैंक यू सो मच। गौरंगी जी, इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन देन यू कैन आस्क, एल्स वी कैन देन प्रॉब्ली शिफ्ट टू।
एक और क्वेश्चन है सर मेरा।
जी जी वासु जी।
सर, क्या आज के कलयुग में एकलव्य बना जा सकता है?
सर कलयुग में एकलव्य बना जा सकता है, बड़ा अच्छा सवाल है सर। एकलव्य का पहली बात तो युग से कोई संबंध नहीं है, युग से कोई संबंध नहीं है। एकलव्य इज नॉट डिपेंडेंट ऑन युग। और अगर आप देखें हमारे आसपास इतने सारे एकलव्य हमको दिख रहे होते हैं, हु आर टैलेंटेड, who deserve a chance, but because of some reason, some politics, some social taboo, they are not getting a chance. Now then they have a choice, either resign to fate and succumb to the situations or become somebody like एकलव्य। और इसका सर सॉरी मैं अपना उदाहरण पर्सनल ले रहा हूं, आई एम नॉट ट्राइंग टू ग्लोरीफाई माई सेल्फ, बट मैं अपने जीवन में एकलव्य मोमेंट मेरे तब आया जब 2006 में मैं एनएसडी के पास गया, नेशनल स्कूल ऑफ ड्रामा के पास गया, एफटीआई जो फिल्म इंस्टीट्यूट पुणे में है वहां गया, हिंदुस्तान के सब कॉलेजेस में गया जहां ड्रामा पढ़ाया जाता है, और मैंने अर्जी लगाई और मैं हर जगह फाइनल राउंड तक पहुंचा, पर सब जगह मना कर दिया गया कि आपके साथ ऐसी ऐसी तकलीफ है फिजिकली, आप थिएटर नहीं कर सकते। हमको ज्ञान देने से मना कर दिया गया। हमने मन में सोचा सर कि आप ये तय कर सकते हैं कि आप मुझे थिएटर नहीं सिखाएंगे, मैं सीखूंगा कि नहीं सीखूंगा ये आप कैसे तय कर सकते हैं? यू कैन ओनली कंट्रोल योर टीचिंग, यू कैन नॉट कंट्रोल माई लर्निंग। तो सर फिर मैंने एकलव्य का जीवन जिया, क्योंकि थिएटर की बेस्ट पार्ट ये है कि आप एनएसडी की 4 दीवार में जो मर्जी करें, उसको दिखाने के लिए आपको बाहर आना पड़ता है। शो करने तो बाहर आओगे ना थिएटर में, वहां जाके सर मैंने सारे शोज देखे, खुद से सीखा, नाटक पढ़ के जाते थे। तो मेरी जो थिएटर की एजुकेशन है वो एकलव्य वाली ही है। और मेरे जैसे ऐसे बहुत से लोग हैं who have been denied opportunity but they still found their way। तो सर कलयुग या सतयुग या त्रेता युग से एकलव्य का कोई संबंध नहीं है। आपकी विल पावर एंड हाउ डेस्परेटली यू वांट दैट एजुकेशन, उस पे निर्भर करता है ये।
तो आई होप एंड में जो उनका सेक्रीफाइस था उसकी बात करना चाह रहा था
सर। वो जो एकलव्य की सेक्रीफाइस की आप भी बात कर रहे हैं ना, वो भी मेरा ऐसा मानना है कि एक्चुअल में द्रोणाचार्य ने उनका अंगूठा नहीं काटा था। कोई भी गुरु इतना निर्दय नहीं हो सकता कि बोले मुझे अपना अंगूठा दान में दे दो। हमने उसको, उस मेटाफर को, उस पोएटिक लिबर्टी को लिटरली ले लिया। हुआ ये होगा या हुआ ये था कि द्रोणाचार्य ने उनसे कहा कि तुम बहुत बड़े धनुर्धर बनोगे, पर मुझे गुरु दक्षिणा में इतना जरूर एक वरदान या एक वचन दे दो कि आने वाले समय में एक बहुत बड़ा युद्ध होगा, महायुद्ध होगा 2 कुलों के बीच, तुम उस युद्ध का हिस्सा नहीं बनोगे, क्योंकि तुम्हारा उसमें कुछ लेन देन नहीं है, तुम्हारी असीम शक्ति उस युद्ध में व्यर्थ नहीं होनी चाहिए। तब एकलव्य ने कहा गुरुदेव उस युद्ध से दूर करके आपने मेरा अंगूठा सा काट लिया, अब मैं क्या करूंगा इस अंगूठे का और धनुर्विद्या का। तो उस मेटाफर को सर हमने लिटरली ले लिया। वरना मेरा ऐसा मानना है पर्सनली, कोई भी गुरु इतना निर्दय नहीं हो सकता कि वो अपने शिष्य का, चाहे प्रत्यक्ष चाहे परोक्ष शिष्य रहा हो, उसका अंगूठा कटवा ले। ये मेरा मानना है वासु जी।
नहीं सर, मैं भी अब आपसे बिल्कुल सहमत करता हूँ।
थैंक यू वासु जी, थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, Vasu. So, any other questions? I guess there are no more questions, sir.
Yeah.
Director sir, do you want to say something or ask something?
सबसे पहले तो मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ जो विद्यार्थी स्टूडेंट्स यहाँ पर हैं कि अतुल जी अपने आप में एक आइकन है हमारे लिए और दिल्ली के थिएटर मूवमेंट के लिए। इन्होंने जो पिछले 10 साल में 15 साल में काम किया है वो अद्भुत है और इन्होंने सारी बाधाओं को चैलेंज किया है। हम लोग थोड़ी थोड़ी परेशानियों से घबरा जाते हैं और डिप्रेशन के शिकार हो जाते हैं, मेंटल हेल्थ की प्रॉब्लम को एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं, लेकिन ऐसे लोगों से प्रेरणा लेनी चाहिए। और इनका नाटक आपने देखे नहीं, अद्भुत, ये मतलब सिनेमैटिक प्रभाव इनके नाटकों में होता है और बड़े बड़े सिनेमा के कलाकार भी इनके नाटकों में मुख्य भूमिकाओं में आते हैं। जैसे कि चक्रव्यूह नाटक जो इनका बहुत फेमस नाटक है, और भी कई नाटक हैं जो यहाँ खेले गए हैं। और चक्रव्यूह में कृष्ण वो व्यक्ति बने जिन्होंने महाभारत में भी या किसी बड़े सीरियल में कृष्ण का रोल किया था और पर्सनली मैं उनसे मिला। तो मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ कि इनको हमने आज बुलाया, उसका पर्पज यही था कि एक तो इनके लाइफ को देखें। ही इज ए क्वालिफाइड चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, practicing accountant, knowledgeable person having so many degrees, but at the same time he is pursuing his passion. I do not know how does he manage, but he knows how to manage challenges, personal challenges. And secondly, our purpose was, if you want to study India, if you want to work in Indian markets, you cannot know real India unless you know Ramayana and Mahabharata. These are the two epic. Ramayana, either it is Valmiki written or Tulsidas ji written, Ramcharitmanas, and Mahabharata. And there are thousands, millions of lessons in Mahabharata about right and wrong, about leadership, about family values, about virtues and vices, about dharma, what is the dharma. And there is a famous author, late Chaturvedi Badrinath, who has been an IAS officer in Tamil Nadu. He has written a voluminous book on learnings from Mahabharata. Learnings from Mahabharata. I have this book in my collection, and I know the students, they must have got a great time that within limited time, Atul Satyaji, Kaushik ji has provided you all the gems, all the tips of Mahabharata. So keep in touch with him. He is always willing to help others and try to learn whatever you could learn as an Eklavya. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. So now I would like to end the session, sir. Is something else left you want to convey?
No, thank you so much everybody. And as I told you, please हमारी रामायण महाभारत की बेस्ट पार्ट ही ये है कि वो हमेशा आपको सवाल के साथ छोड़ेंगे ताकि आप वापस जाके उनको पढ़ें। रामायण में इतना बड़ा युद्ध हुआ सीता के लिए, उसी सीता को छोड़ दिया एंड में, ऐसा क्यों किया? अब वापस से पढ़ो शुरू से कि कहां छूट गया। महाभारत में पता नहीं चलता जीता कौन हारा कौन। वो दुर्योधन जीता जो हमेशा एक ही बात को मानता रहा कि राज्य मेरा है, उसको मानते हुए लड़ते हुए स्वर्ग पहुंचा मरते हुए, या युधिष्ठिर जीता जिसके पास बचा क्या आखिर में? लाखों लाशें, भाइयों की, भतीजों की, दादाओं की, चाचाओं की, जिनको मुझे जलाना है। तो कौन जीता कौन नहीं जीता? दीज स्टोरीज आर नेवर कंक्लूसिव, सो दैट यू रीड देम अगेन एंड अगेन, बार बार पढ़ो और अपने आंसर्स ढूंढो। आपके प्रश्न आपके हैं तो आपको उत्तर भी अपने ही मिलेंगे, मेरे प्रश्न मेरे हैं, वो मुझको उनके अलग उत्तर मिलते हैं। तो प्लीज रीड देम। जैसे कि सर ने बोला, जो सर के पास बुक है कलेक्शन में, जाके सर से कल मांग लीजिए, सर हमको दीजिए, आपने पढ़ लिया अब हम पढ़ेंगे, सर दे भी देंगे। तो प्लीज रीड रीड रीड। मेरी बात भी मत मानिए, मेरी बात सच जो बताया सच है कि झूठ है, प्लीज गो एंड वेरीफाई, रीड योरसेल्फ, ताकि आप आगे सुना पाए। बाकी थैंक यू सो मच फॉर ज्वाइनिंग इन। अब आपसे हम 2:30 बजे मिलते हैं, एक बहुत अच्छा पैनल डिस्कशन है इसके तुरंत बाद। तो आई एम लॉगिंग आउट फ्रॉम हियर एंड लॉगिंग इन ऑन दैट अकाउंट, राइट गौरांगी जी?
Yes, sir. So
Thank you, Atul ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Session. And thank you, sir, for a valuable time. And I would like to end this masterclass with a quote.
जी
nothing ventured, nothing gained. Like, which means like till the time you do not search for something, you will never get it.
राइट
Yeah.
राइट ग्रेट
Yes,
गौरांगी जी
so thank you everyone for joining, and I hope you have learned something new from this session. And so it was very fruitful for me, and I hope
थैंक यू एंड अ वर्ड ऑफ एप्रिसिएशन फॉर गौरांगी ऑल्सो, वो एक हफ्ते से लगी पड़ी है इसको मैनेज करने में, बहुत अच्छे से होस्ट किया गौरांगी. यू हैव अ ग्रेट फ्यूचर अहेड ऑफ यू,
Yes.
अ ग्रेट होस्ट. बेस्ट विशेस टू यू बेटा. थैंक यू सो मच.
thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
थैंक यू. थैंक यू.